Hi everyone, it's Miss Kristy from East Pennsboro Library, and I'm here with another fun craft for Easter. Today I'm going to show you how to make, I laid something on top of mine and some of the salt broke off. Please forgive me. A salt paint Easter egg portrait. It's very, very easy to make. Let me just clean my mess up quickly, and I'll show you what it really looks like. Please be careful with these. I accidentally sat something on the top of mine and some of the salt broke off after it was dried. That's okay because I'm going to make two more today. So let me show you what we're going to make. This is what it's going to look like when it's all done. It's like puffy paint, and you can use food coloring. I think they make that pastel food coloring. You could probably use that also. The supplies are pretty easy to get. Let me show you what you're going to need here. Poster board or heavy white paper. Poster board works best because of the glue. It doesn't soak in. White glue, the glue has to be white. Clear glue won't work. When I first tried it out, I tried to use clear glue and it did not get puffy at all. And I'll show you that again later. Food coloring, salt, a small paintbrush, and if you can't draw your egg shape yourself, I have trouble with that kind of stuff. There's an egg-shaped template found under online programs at eastpennsborobranch.org. So let me go over the directions with you quickly, and then I'm going to make one of the two that I already designed here. Let's see. And if you can see them or not, one of them says U.S. Marine Corps, and the other one says love in the center. So let's take a look at how I'm going to do this and how you can make your own at home. You're going to draw or trace the egg shapes onto the white poster board. You can draw designs, lines, squiggles, dots, or anything you can think of fun to decorate the eggs. You use white glue and outline the lines of the eggs and the designs on the inside. And then you pour a generous amount of salt over the glue. You flip that over, but you don't tap it. You just release the salt that didn't adhere to the glue because you want a lot of the salt there. And then using a paintbrush, you dab very lightly food coloring onto the salt and glue lines, and you'll see the food coloring start to spread out. You can try different colors and different designs and use your creativity to make a fun portrait. So now I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. I did try that first one and it turned out really nice. But as you see, I sat something on it and it got messed up. So I'm going to pull this down so that you can see what I'm doing. Now this one is very light. I outlined the egg and I have USMC for US Marine Corps in there. And I'm going to do this one red, and I'm going to outline the egg and use blue food coloring. And then I'm going to use red on the zigzags. And I'm going to use yellow for the USMC. And this is going to be my son's Easter egg portrait. This is the one I'll show you how to do. And this other one, I'm going to use all purple and yellow on, and it has the word love in, and this one is for my daughter. So let's look at exactly what I'm going to do here. You can see that I have my design there. I'm going to take white glue and I'm going to outline, hoping you can see what I'm doing here. Let me see if I can move this up a little bit. I'm going to outline. I always like to start it first to make sure there's no globs or anything lurking in the glue bottle. Make sure I get it open the whole way. Oh, let me check this one out. I think there's a big glue blob on here. All right, we got that taken care of. So I'm going to take the glue and outline a line of glue pretty thick along the outside of the egg. Trying to be real careful Even if I mess up or squiggle a little, it's okay because it's all about the person who made it and the person you're making it for. So mess ups doesn't matter. All right, so I outlined the egg. Now I'm going to go back here and just run glue over my lines. Trying to do this real slow and gentle. Making sure I get the glue even in a lot of spaces. Right up here, it's just a little thin. I'm going to go down here and do these lines. All right, I got a little bit of glue where it shouldn't be. I can take care of that with my fingers, or on the other one, I tried to take care of it with some Q-tips. Outline my U. And the reason I'm doing it all at the same time is, well, you'll see, because I'm going to put the salt on all of it at the same time. S, this is not going to be the neatest egg I've ever done, but that's okay. M, C. Okay, now before any of my glue dries, I'm going to take salt, just regular table salt, and I'm going to sprinkle it all over this. So the whole thing is covered with some salt. And it looks like it takes a lot of salt, but really that probably didn't even use that much salt out of my box. Now, this next part's really important. You're not going to tap the salt off. I have a little pan here. I'm just going to gently shake the salt. I didn't tap anything. And now, if you look, I can get you a good camera view. I've got the salt sticking just to the glued parts. If you tap it, the glue starts to come off. I'm going to lay that to the side and let me push this back down. Now, I'm going to do the outside of the egg with red food coloring. So I'm just going to take some red food coloring right here. And I'm going to squirt a little tiny bit into the lid because I don't like to waste too much. I'm going to take a very, very small paintbrush and watch what's going to happen here. I hope you can see this well. I'm going to start up here at the top. And I'm just going to lay this gently. I'm just tapping it real gently onto the salt. Squirt a little more in here. Whoops. See, it's just gently. If you tap too hard, then you get salt all up on the paintbrush, but it just spreads out. Around the egg. All right, so I have the first part of the egg all outlined, tapping the red food coloring onto the salt. Now I'm going to do these lines up here with some blue food coloring. Just tap that right on there. And it spreads right out very, very gently. And only where the clumps of salt are that are with the glue. All right. So we'll get this blue on here. Very gently. If you push too hard, I love how it spreads out like that. It looks so neat. If you press too hard, you get a whole glue globby mess. The nice part is you can kind of clean up any sort of mess you make. So now I've got something that looks very, very similar to, let me get my blue back here. Boy, Miss Kristy should have probably put her gloves on for this one. Okay, so we've got the blue done. Let's take a look at what we have so far. Looks like this. Got some Easter egg stuff going on. And the last part is for me to do the yellow on the USMC part. And that'll only take about a second, and we will have a finished product that just needs time to dry. And the nice thing about this is that any kind of errors you make, you can clean up pretty quickly. Just don't lean too hard against it. So now I'm going to do my yellow here. It's a little dirty yellow because I've been using my food coloring for a lot of different stuff lately. For my letters, US. And as it dries, it spreads out a little bit too. M. C. I might have to fix that M up a little bit then, but that's okay. I can do that. There we go. Fix my M up a little bit. And it says USMC. And now I have got a beautiful salt portrait Easter egg, and I can start to work on my other one. Now remember, here's the original one I made that I sat something on and it broke apart. So don't do that because it was fine until I did that. This is one I did with white glue, or with clear glue. It got very tacky, but if you want a design that looks like this, you could do something like that. Here's an egg with clear glue instead of using the white glue. It kind of ran a little bit, but I'm going to lay this one flat to dry, and then I'm going to work on one for my daughter. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Let me show you where to share anything that you make or any ideas that you have. You can share your project with us on Facebook or with Miss Kristy via email at kscrignoli@ccpa.net. Templates are available on the website under the online programs tab. And I also just wanted to show you, I just made a really very not good website template, but there's kind of a smaller egg, a medium egg, and then this is the size that I used right here for mine. All right. One last thing, as always, I have a new mask for Easter. Since we're doing Easter eggs, it is a Snoopy Easter egg mask. I want to remind you to mask up when you go out in public because I really want to see you in person real soon. It'll make it so much easier to show you how to do these wonderful crafts. Have a great weekend.